Guys, this leak that just came out today from a supposed Fortnite insider, like a Fortnite employee, actually fooled a lot of people around the Fortnite community today, including myself. Now, at first, I was gonna give this the benefit of the doubt, I'm not gonna lie, because things like this have happened in Fortnite before. You know, we had all of Chapter 5 leaked, like the entire roadmap of Fortnite Chapter 5 got leaked. We knew a majority of what was gonna happen throughout Chapter 6, and that kind of sucks. And now, right before, about 3-4 months before we're about to go into Fortnite Chapter 7, we got this leak right here. As you can see, it came from the app 4chan, which a lot of people really don't like that app, of course, because there's a lot of crazy stuff on there, but some legit Fortnite leaks have came out from there, including Fortnite Insiders, you know, Epic Game Insider leaks, and this one was kind of the same thing. Now, I just want you guys to keep in mind, I just want you to know, this was 100% fake, like this isn't real. It's actually a UEFN map that's made by Biome Forge, but we're going to go over why exactly people thought that this was real and what exactly is going on here. So as you guys can see here, this is the map that was supposedly the early development of Chapter 7. As you can see, these little areas right here were supposedly going to be the POIs. There's also these like roads and things like that. There's water. It looks very similar to a regular Battle Royale map that you would see inside of Fortnite. That was something that kind of struck me. You know, it does look very similar to other maps that we've had in Fortnite, but you know, there's been lots of times where Fortnite has made maps that look kind of similar to each other. Like I think Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 kind of have the same vibe, and this one has a very similar vibe to Chapter 5, and I wouldn't be surprised if Fortnite actually did release something like this, because to the credit of the UEFN map makers, like the people who actually own this, it looks very legit. Like I could easily believe that this is the Chapter 7 map, but of course that is not the case. Now this garnered a lot of like talk around the community, about 125,000 views on this initial tweet asking, like saying, hey, is this fake? But one of the main things was the descriptions that he had for each of these seasons. He said that season 1 was going to be an urban and Nordic festival theme, which kind of sounds weird. It's really not like, you know, similar at all, like urban and Nordic festival. Like what in the world does that even mean? Then he also said that vampires have kind of taken over the map in a weird way. He did have some things sprinkled through here, like James Bond is going to be the secret skin. Of course, we know that James Bond at some point, well, we know that it has been leaked that James Bond at some point, possibly in Chapter 7, could be the secret skin or could be coming out as a big collab. So that's something that these like fake leakers will do, is they'll say like, you know, things that might be real or stuff that has been leaked, and they'll mix it in with stuff that is just completely false to make you think, huh, maybe this might actually be real. Maybe this makes the slightest amount of sense, and that's something that, you know, you might be more willing to believe. He also talked about companions a little bit in here. He said 7 Deadly Sins anime on Netflix is going to be a secret skin. He talked about the mini season being based around a live action TV show. There was just a lot of missing details here that really didn't make much sense. But one thing that I thought was interesting is that he just kind of trashed all over Epic Games in this. He started off by saying that there was a declining status at Epic Games, and he kind of leaned into the whole idea right now that Fortnite is dying and everybody hates Epic Games and this and that, just to make people believe him even more, especially those people who don't like Epic Games or don't like Fortnite and things like that. But who exactly is this? What is this map? Of course, because obviously it's not the Chapter 7 map. This is actually a UEFN map that was in early development by Biome Forge, which is a UEFN developer. They made a statement right here. They basically just said that these are early development images from an upcoming map of theirs called Project Hyperion, and it's been leaked without their consent. You know, apparently this is someone who had like access to their Discord and was posting it anonymously as some type of joke or something like that, which really does suck, because UEFN map makers spend a lot of time making stuff like this, especially a large scale like BR map like this, especially in times where stuff like that isn't very popular. It's very admirable for people to make stuff like this in UEFN, and it sucks to see it just leaked like that. But they did ensure that they are going to continue working on it, and in my opinion, to look at this in the bright side, to make this feel a little bit better, and to make anybody who is developing this, like who is watching this, feel a little bit better, this was some pretty cool free press. You know what I mean? Thousands of likes, you know, hundreds of thousands of views on your new map, and a lot of people thought that it looked really cool. Like it looked so good that a lot of people actually believed that this could be the Chapter 5, that this could be the Chapter 7 map. I think that is pretty cool. Here are also some official screenshots from the map right here. It looks absolutely beautiful. I love the way the leaves and the trees look. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on these guys now, because I know that they make some pretty cool stuff. Personally, I had never heard of them before this, so I think it is some pretty cool press. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. This leak was really interesting, and I was hoping that it actually wasn't the Chapter 7 map or the Chapter 7 leak, and it wasn't actually true, because it would really suck to have another entirety of a chapter completely leaked months before we even get into it. But let me know what you guys think about this situation down below. Do you guys think that leaks are a big problem in Fortnite? Let me know. Drop a like on today's video. You watched all the way to the end. You must have enjoyed, so drop a like. Subscribe to the channel. I make videos like these every single day. Use code PROZEROYT, and I I will see you all in the next one. Peace.